Welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program. So apparently somebody left some mail on the ground there, open. Again, the fixation drill. As soon as I come in on the ramp, they put these things there strategically. And here the use of the car horn again made it. My eyes stared to what they want me to look at, and then they'll use the car horn, right? And so at times they'll do using the police sirens, right? But today I've been mostly using the car horn while engaging in, again, remote no monitoring and hijacking of my conscious mind, controlling my eye movement, which is something I talked about many times. All right. So Pam came in, say hi to the kids, didn't even say hi to me, just wave her hands in front of my face. And I'm like, again, her weird behavior, I shouldn't say weird behavior, but her conditioned behavior towards me, which is fine. I'm not at that point where I'm past it, because obviously in her chaotic mind, cleaning up her house to her makes no sense. And I'm weird for asking her to do that, right? And I'm weird for speaking the truth, right? I'm weird for being concerned over my kids' safety, particularly during COVID, when I used to have to argue with her to take off her clothes before she go and hug the kids and stuff like that. I had to sanitize her clothes and, not just come home and just go lay in her bed with her work clothes. So because of that, I'm weird. I tell you, you can't make this shit up. As I said, that's why Kevin Samuel will forever be, remembered, particularly for us as black men, because, they killed that brother, all right, and they did it in such a way in which, they made it look like as if, he was, OD'd on Red Bull. He had a cardiac arrest. And we know that there are weapons that they've developed to specifically give you a heart attack and to mimic, what is called irregular heartbeats, right? That can speed up your heart rate. So it is a very easy way for them to take you out and make it look natural, but you gotta be engaged. They gotta have you engaging in certain things, like particularly not being able to sleep, right? And, drinking stuff like Red Bull, which again shouldn't give you a heart attack. I mean, you have to be drinking a hell of a lot of Red Bull in order for that shit to happen. But, when they control the narrative, the coroner's office, who we know will lie about certain things. And, the thing is that we know that as black people. We see how the coroner office will falsify records when it comes to police shooting and stuff like that, right? In order to get police off the hook for killing innocent black men in particular, right? And black people by saying it's suicide and all this shit, right? So that's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? It's for me, it's trying to get the majority of black people to truly understand what's going on before it's too late. To get them into a more, critical thinking mindset, to a more technological mindset in terms of doing research on technology and the development of technology over the past 70 years, particularly that of technology using radio wave frequency. And here's the thing, we carry cell phones in our hands, right? Which we can speak to people, transmit videos over what? Radio frequency, right? Radio frequency, right? So if you think, again, we like to believe, because again, we have a belief mindset. We like to believe that, that a certain group of people is not capable of such things, even though they look at through their history to show you that they very much are capable, and they're still capable, right? And particularly if they have the means and technological means and weapons to do it without us even knowing about it, right? So that's the thing. And to get you into a mindset where you're strictly believing in a religion and they're using that to manipulate you using technology, right? When you're disconnected from the reality of what you're reading or what you say you believe in, like I talk about, black people always talk about God spoke to them. They go to church, these pastors talk about God spoke to them, right? But in the very text that they read, they tell you that God don't speak to you as they speak. And even in ancient time, if let's say that God was real, he only spoke to people who he anointed as his prophets, right? He didn't have in every church a prophet, or in every synagogue a prophet, or in every kingdom a prophet, right? He was very selected. Go read in your Bible, right? Who was his prophets? But you go to every single church in the black community, and they all claim, these pastors, they all claim that God spoke to them. Every European Christian will claim that they spoke to God, or God revealed a dream to them. God don't reveal nothing to you. And again, sometimes that voice you're hearing is silent sound. The U.S. government weaponized radio wave frequency to control your mind, right? To put you back into deeper into a belief state. And like I said, you look at white people today, they are the least to believe in Christianity in America. And black people are the most. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't make this shit up. Right? But when you look at things again from outside the Bible, you go look at the historical records, what I talk about, you will understand and you will see what I mean. Right? We turn our backs on our black scholars who try to teach us the truth. Right? We let Hollywood dictate to us who our ancestors are, and they made them white. Right? When the evidence is clear that they're black. Right? And even when they're staring at a black a Kemetic king, right? Not a pharaoh now. Pharaoh just means house. But a black Kemetic king, they'll still say, well, he's black, but he's actually white. That's what they'll say. They'll say he has black features, but he's white. You know what I'm saying? Look at this dude. Make sure you wash your hands, all right?
I'm gonna try.
He got his hands holding on in his pants. Yeah. He had his hand. I didn't think I got it okay, but he had his hands all in his pants. I just told when you walk by, make sure you wash your hands. Right. So anyhow, that's what I'm saying. Just like their neuroticism and their psychopathic behavior towards us and sociopathic behavior towards us is to tell us that, well, we don't care about the truth. We don't give a shit about you. No matter what, we may come around you, live around you, have you, but we're going to still make you understand that we're still the dominant group, that we still have power over you, right? And we're going to use that power to abuse you, not to uplift you, not to create a more unjust, equal society, but to continue to abuse you, to continue to, get wealth off of you, gain wealth off of you, whether it be the use of your talent, whether it's the use of your body, working for low wages, okay? Whether it be kidnapping your children, right? And putting them in child trafficking rings, right? Pimping out your kids to the elites. This is what these people do. But we ignore it. We ignore it because you know what? It isn't our kids directly. It isn't our immediate kids. So we've gotten out of this mindset that, that every black child is our child. Because white people believe every white child is their child. Like I said, you see what happened in poor white communities where you have children overdosing. They carry enough to do what? Go to the lab and develop a drug to save them from overdosing, right? They care enough to want to change the school curriculum, right, to protect the emotions of their children. They don't give a damn about our children's emotions, and they're not supposed to. We're supposed to. We're supposed to, but we don't. We don't. Right? We don't. And like I said, you see what's happening. Talk about, go read you can find it online. Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. Also, Silent Telepathy, Dr. Richard Miller. Right? Synthetic Telepathy. Right? Whole documentations on these things. Right? And what's holding us back from understanding is because we don't have, as Marcus Garvey said, a high scientific mind that we used to have. Now, granted, there are those amongst us that have high scientific mind. But who are they working for? Are they working for the benefit of black people, or are they working for the benefit of white people? Dr. Amos Wilson said, we go to white schools, white universities, all this stuff, and when we come out of these universities, we are well trained to solve the problem of white people, not our own problems. Okay? You want to know how we want to solve our problems? Just as how the white man want to solve our problems, not our problems, but their problems with us. Mass incarceration, right? Continued miseducation, the dumbing down of our children and of us, making us a high consumer class, right? Not a producer class, but a high consumer class, right? Where we just consume, and particularly the black women, because again, black women are the biggest spenders of luxury items, the biggest spender of beauty products, right? Again, psychological manipulation, psychological conditioning, psychological programming, right? Black men and black boys, commit more suicide than any other group. Why is that? Okay? Are black psychologists coming together, looking into these things? Like these white scientists do? Like these white psychologists do? No. So again, what does it show? It shows you that what they've created within our mindset is a sense of self-helplessness. So we're either going to try to belong to a dominant group, which we know don't really want us to be a part of their society, but they tolerate us, because it doesn't make them look bad, right? But what happened, like I said, when these technologies are fully integrated within the society to where now they can just, as the Russians say, make us into zombies. And they say, look how we treat them. But, the black people, they love it. They're not saying anything. They're not saying anything. Not like before where they were protesting, showing their dissatisfaction, right? They're not protesting anymore. They're happy. Why? Radio frequency weapons to attack the mind. I'll see you guys in this video.